Hi, it's Dan. So we're going to talk about why websites tend not to get updated by businesses. Hey, it's Dan. Hope you're well today. So let's talk about website design, shall we? Obviously, we speak to a lot of people, seeing as we own a website design agency. And one of the things that often comes up is that they're usually a little bit afraid of actually changing the website, because it's kind of like, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Right? I forgot the term then. So don't broke, don't fix it. And it's like, yeah, but it is broken, because if your focus on your website is not to touch it because it's not working, because it's not broken, then it's actually much worse than you even think it is, because your website should be there to drive a lot of traffic into your business, to get the phone ringing, to update people about what's going on, the latest news. And I think what tends to happen is that a lot of people, they buy a website, they bought it 10 or 15 years ago, they've not updated it, they don't need to update it, the phone rings every so often. And actually, if it just had a fresh repaint, if you like, and if it was made into something that actually answered a lot of questions by, you know, that your customers would ask, then actually you'd actually end up with a lot more phone calls, because people can see that it's actually a live website. And one of the worst things anyway is you go on someone's website, it looks like a website from 1998 when a Matrix was hot, whenever that was out, 99, and it's like, no, we've moved on since then, really. So your website is really letting you down. You know, if you think about first impressions, you never get a second chance and all that kind of thing. The very first time that someone sees your business is your website, and it's like, well, that's not really going to help you close any more business, is it? If anything, it's probably going to reinforce the fact that people might think you're out of business, not the opposite way around. So I think it's a valid point. I think people are worried that, well, it's not broken, and if I fiddle with it, it's gonna break, and so they end up not fiddling with it. Because they don't fiddle with it and bring it up to date, bring it up to you know, a modern look and feel, it's just not closing any business, and it's just really not helping that business grow in any way, shape or form. So that's number one. Number two then is that also, I think, from a timescale point of view, people think that it takes months to do a website, and it's just not true. Like, usually from a point of order of us getting a sale, usually a website's done easily within 10 to 14 days. And actually, I'm being conservative there. The biggest thing that actually slows our website design down is that because we do so many different websites, that actually we're just finishing other websites before we actually start the next one. We might sometimes start a website just to get it, you know, kind of up and running a little bit, get all the baseline stuff before we start putting all the content on. But normally we like to finish others' websites first before we then start, you know, fiddling with other people's websites and recreating other people's websites. But usually nowadays anyway, our team's big enough that actually we can do a couple of websites all at the same time. And often after the first and second phase of a website, where the client is going, yeah, I like this, but I don't like that, and I like this, and I like this, and I like this, but can you change that bit? Usually it's like 2 or 3% left, and it's just little niggling things. You know, you got the full stop in the wrong place, or that word's spelled incorrectly, or can we change this headline to something different, please? So usually that's actually what's going on when we're getting towards the end of a website design. So, you know, we get clients coming to us and we go, you're having a website done? They go, yeah. And they go, okay, well, when's that going to be done? And we go, well, I asked them 3 months ago and we're still not sure yet. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean 3 months ago? It's 12 weeks. Week and a half for us, like maximum. Like, unless there's, you know, it's a massive site, of course, when it might take 12 weeks. But even then, it's just, you know, a 100-page website. Have you written a copy? Yeah, send us the copy. Let's copy and paste it onto the web page. It's not a huge endeavour. It's what, 1 page a day, 100 days? Like, what? It's like 1 page every hour and a half for a complicated page. What's going on? So it shouldn't really be taking that long, really. So timescale wise, shouldn't take long at all. And then I guess the third bit as to why companies have these really old websites is really just down to affordability. And they're worried that, you know, if they don't update their website, or if they do update their website, you know, they won't make enough money from new business to pay for it. But then it's like, well, look, you've had this website for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, it's well out of date. How much business do you actually think you've lost? Because your website looks like you went bust, you know, 10 years ago. So it just doesn't work. You've really got to get your website up and running, make it modern, have a regular blog, have content that's going out on your social media platforms, which drives traffic back to your website, and actually start to create some churn in the marketplace. I mean, you know, just from a churn in the marketplace point of view, in terms of content, the amount of content that we put out on my channel is significant. We're up to 4 shorts a day now, and 1 live, and then we've got all the other little bits of content that go in around that, and then we've got other people running interviews for both our clients and for non-clients as well, to create brand awareness. So we've got all that stuff going through, and so we've got an awful lot of content going out, between 8 and 12 pieces every single day. Not a week, not a month, a day. And then we look at other people and they have like 1 piece of content a week going out. It's like, it's not enough. It's just not enough. So it's not just about having your website, which obviously is important, but it's also about making sure that you're seen and your website is seen and you're driving traffic back to your website as you move forward, as you start to gain notoriety is the word that springs up. Well, that's not the word I want. If you've got notoriety, that's a different kind of marketing, right? But being well known in your industry or in your marketplace, or just being well known, like everyone's heard of Coca-Cola or Decathlon as a random one that's just entered the UK market, or Currys or Comet or Dixon's or PC. Well, everyone's heard of those because they're all over the place and the content's out. And their content, by the way, is paid advertising. You don't have to run paid adverts if you've got your organic content going out. So anyway, I just wanted to share that on website design and just some thoughts around why people are not moving forward with a new website. It doesn't kind of make sense to me. But anyway, I hope you find that useful. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care.
Might be going crazy, I don't know what to do. My heart is screaming for you, babe.